Hey everyone, it's your local neighborhood youth leader, Matt Osborne, coming to you live from my own Ford Fusion, which is covered in snow right now, which is also why I'm in here, because it gives me some space, some quiet time, which I never find anywhere else, and actually no one can see me, so this is perfect. So if somebody walks by and they hear me talking to myself, they're going to be freaked out. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But I would like to welcome you to our new form of a Bible study called Parked Car Conversations. I don't know about you. I don't even know if you can drive yet. But I always love when I'm going somewhere and I have a little bit of time. I like to get there early. And when I park my car, I turn everything off. Sometimes I'll leave some music on. But this is a perfect chance for me just to sit by myself in my thoughts. I don't have to worry about anyone else. I don't have to roll my windows down and talk to anybody. It's just me and my thoughts in my car. And that's where I do some of my best thinking. It's also where I do some of my best sleeping, which is not what I'm going to do right now. But right now, I want to talk to you about perseverance and persevering in life and trusting God's plan to help you persevere. And to do that, first of all, I'm going to tell you a little story. So I transferred to Concordia about 2 years ago, and I transferred halfway through the year from in the middle of fall semester and spring semester, which, as you know, not a lot of people transfer during that time. So I was pretty much one of the only people that transferred here because, especially at Concordia, a really small school, nobody does that in the middle of the year. Anyways, I got here and the weather was pretty much about like this. The snow, I think there was a couple of feet of snow that year. There was a lot. There was like a week or so where you couldn't even leave campus, which is where I lived. So that was tough for me because, one, I didn't know anybody. If I knew anybody, they were just kind of an acquaintance. 2, I just started playing football. And 3, I had no idea what to do when I was here. So I was pretty scared because I came from being, on the top of, the tower, knowing everybody, being at a small school and just having friends everywhere, coming to a place where nobody knows who I am and nobody honestly really cares who I am. So there were first few weeks where I didn't know if this is where I belonged. And before I even got here, I didn't even know where I was going to go. When I graduated high school, I was really disappointed because I wanted to play football. But my dreams kind of, didn't fall through because I didn't have the grades to show for it. But at that point, I had a really weird feeling that God was going to see me through, and I knew that somehow, I didn't know where or why, I was going to play football again. So I just prayed, and I asked him, God, if it's your will, if this is something that you want for me, I will work as hard as I can to try to play football again. And he did. He saw me through. As you can see, I've got my my swag on right now. But this story reminds me of a verse that is I use a lot now and that I go to quite frequently, from 1 John 5:14 and 15. And this is the confidence that we have toward him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us in whatever we ask, we know that we have the requests that we have asked of him. Kind of the same thing happened when I transferred here. I didn't really think I was going to last here. The first few weeks, I thought I was probably going to end up leaving because it really wasn't working at first. But every night I go to bed and I prayed, God, I don't know what's going on and why this is happening, but I trust you and I know I'm here for a reason. So please just see me through this. And like before I even realized what had happened, I had a group of friends that, cared about me. I said hi to everybody on campus. Everybody knew my name by that point. And everything kind of just fell into place, just like how it did before that. But that, isn't as serious as some other situations. And one especially that I want to leave you with before we end here. Some of you may have heard, but I have a teammate and a friend. His name is Josh. And our second week of the season, he suffered a really serious neck injury that put him in the hospital, pretty much paralyzed for as far as we know. But right now, he's currently working on rehab, trying to get his feeling back. But for Josh, he went from being a starting linebacker in tip-top physical shape to not even be able to move his hands and being in bed rest for weeks on end. And for something like that to happen to someone who had so much potential and the opportunity to do so many great things, if that would have happened to me, I probably would have given up. But I had the chance to go to the hospital actually and talk to him. And the whole time I was there, he had a positive attitude. And he couldn't even lift his hand to give me a fist bump. But the one thing that he said to me when I was there was that, I'm kind of sad that I can't play football anymore and be with you guys, but I think this is the start of God helping me to become a man. And that blew me away. Like, in a moment where he could throw his fists at God and be angry and tell God that this is all his fault, he thanked God for what had happened. He said he was going to figure out how to use this to his advantage, and he already has. He's motivated the rest of the team to work hard at practice when they don't want to work hard. We remember him every day. We pray for him. And we go back to this verse. Our coaches have even done it too. We don't know why this is happening. We don't know when Josh is going to get better. But we know it's happening for a reason. God is seeing us through. And if we know that he hears us in whatever we ask, we know that we have the requests that we have asked of him. So I know Josh is asking him, and I know we are asking him every day. And anything else that you might be going through, you ask God to help you see you through. And sometimes you think that God falls short, but that's not true, because maybe that's just not his will. And that's something that took me a long time to figure out. I wanted all these things every day. I asked God for this and that, and I want that to happen to me, and they didn't. And that's when I'd get mad at God. But that's because he didn't want it for me. But the things that, I asked God to help me with that were his will and that was a part of my life, he saw me right through it, and I didn't even realize it. But I think that's what it means to ask God for help in your life. The things that he wants for you, he will. The things that you don't see happen, maybe that's for a reason. Anyways, I have to get out of my car and clean off all the snow so I can end up leaving when I need to leave. So I hope you enjoyed our first session of Parked Car Conversations, and I hope you come back again soon. Peace out.